upcoming the main event. Daniel Zaragoza, three-time super bantamweight champion from Mexico, gets together with Wayne McCullough, former Olympic silver medalist and 118-pound world champion from Northern Ireland, who lives in Las Vegas, and they fight for an all-time record purse in this division of more than $1 million in Boston, Massachusetts. How does that happen, Larry?
Sounds like one of those trick questions in this very tricky game. Briefly, McCullough, although he won a silver medal in the last Olympics, although he is a tough, exciting fighter, couldn't get any promoter in Europe to put any dollars up to sign him. And some shrewd American TV executive did sign him. Now he is so popular over there that he brings in big TV bucks wherever he fights. That's why he is making big purses. And in fact, Zaragoza, at the age of 39, getting his biggest purse ever, and in fact has been living in a hotel suite for the first time in his long career. Zaragoza, likewise, has fought in his hometown of Mexico City just once, finding that the more he traveled, and he's traveled like a Secretary of State, the more appreciation there has been for him, the more money he's made, and the more wins he's had. Boston, because of the Irish connection, whatever. We'd follow them anywhere, Jim.
Yeah, and if Madeleine Albright, as Secretary of State, has to travel as much as Zaragoza has, she may want to take his cut man with her, too.
Right.
That is some itinerary. Well, he's a 39-year-old cagey veteran. Roy, in your last fight, you fought at age 26, a 39-year-old veteran who tried to throw a lot of tricks at you. Obviously, that's what Zaragoza has to do against McCullough, right?
Yeah, he has to try to use his experience to outwit the younger guy, because position and age is definitely in the favor of McCullough. He's much younger, he's much more conditioned probably, and Zaragoza has been through so many times until hopefully he can avoid a rough fight. He won't get cut until late if he avoids the rough fight, and that'll be probably the only chance he has for beating this young guy.
Hey, too bad about this dull crowd here in Boston, huh?
Yeah.
What is going on?
They're screaming, they're giving fits, they're giving everybody fits. They want to see something that I want to see.
And that is?
They want to see Roy Jones face Steve Collins.
I want to see Roy Jones face Steve
I
Collins.
would love to see Roy Jones versus
Let's
Steve
do
Collins.
it tonight.
Right now.
All right, let's turn to the tail of the tape between Daniel Zaragoza and Wayne McCullough. And we told you about the ages. Zaragoza, at age 39, probably holds the all-time record for most stitches in the face of a fighter to have won 3 world championships. He's got a 1-inch height advantage over McCullough. They both weighed in well under the 122-pound limit, 68-inch reach advantage for the southpaw, Zaragoza. Rules of the bout with Harold Letterman, who, like me, weighs about 165. Go get him, Harold.
The Daniel Zaragoza-Wayne McCullough fight is scheduled for 12 rounds. There is no standing 8 count, no 3 knockdown rule. Only the referee can stop the fight, and you can be saved by the bell in a 12th and final round only. Jim.
Here he comes to the music of U2 as he found what he's looking for tonight. He's unbeaten. 14 knockouts in his 20 fights. If you saw Philip Holliday here 3 weeks ago throwing 125 punches around, you're about to see the same act. This guy is a windmill. He is trained by the legendary Eddie Futch, who's one of the few people in the sport older than his opponent, Daniel Zaragoza. Here are just a few facts about Zaragoza that we haven't gotten in. He's been a title holder in this division off and on ever since 1988. There aren't too many people in the sport who spend 9 years fighting in the same weight class down at this level. He's had more 12-round decisions than any current champion. He's fought title fights, as Larry mentioned, in 6 different countries. When he's not in training for a fight, he smokes 5 cigarettes a day. He stops, he says, a month or so before the fight, más o menos. He is his own man, 1,000%.
He is a real warrior. Looks like he's had 2 or 3 facelifts, but he's done some facelifting on a lot of opponents. Great old guy.
I'm thinking of the late Alan Malamud, who wrote a wonderful column for the Los Angeles Times, and before that, the Los Angeles Herald-Examiner for a long time. One of the great boxing fans of all time and a real journalistic institution on the West Coast. And this was Alan's favorite fighter. Alan died toward the end of last year. We miss you, Mud. You'd have loved to have been here tonight to see this scene. The record for Daniel Zaragoza, 53 wins, 7 losses, 3 draws, only 27 KOs. Indeed, in his 63 pro fights, he's fought more rounds than has Julio Cesar Chavez in 99 professional fights. And now let's go up to ring announcer Mark Barrow for the introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, America presents and HBO Sports in association with Mohegan Sun and Budweiser, the undisputed, undefeated king of beers. This Bud's for You presents the Boxing After Dark main event of the evening. 12 rounds for the WBC Super Bantamweight Championship of the world. Ring officials assigned by the World Boxing Council. Attending President Jose Suleiman. Attending supervisor from England, John Mulrees. Your judges at ringside are from Quincy, Mass, Don Flaherty. From Los Angeles, California, Chuck Hassett. And from Barnegat, New Jersey, Barbara Harris. Your referee for this event, also from Barnegat, New Jersey, here is the tough Tony Perez. Now, ladies and gentlemen, here are the principals, beginning first in the red corner to my left, wearing the New England Patriot jersey and white trunks, purple, black, and silver trim. He weighs 120 pounds. He is undefeated in 20 professional bouts. He has 14 knockouts to his credit. He hails from Belfast, North Ireland, the former WBC Bantamweight Champion of the World and challenger, Irish Wayne McCullough. His opponent in the blue corner, wearing red trunks, gold trim, weighing 121.5 pounds, professional record, 53 victories, 7 defeats, 3 draws. He has 27 wins by way of knockout. El Hijo de Mexico City, Mexico. He is the WBC Super Bantamweight Campeón del Mundo. Here is Daniel Zaragoza. 12 rounds for the WBC Super Bantamweight Championship of the world.
Nacho.
You already got your instruction in the dressing room. Recibieron las instrucciones en el dressing room. Por favor, obedece mis instrucciones. Obey my commands. Protect yourself at all times. Protégete en todo momento. Chequen armas y buena suerte a los dos. Good luck.
In the big picture, Jim, the point of this fight is to find out whether McCullough belongs up there with Junior Jones and Barrera and the top guys in this division. If he's got the right stuff, the younger guy should be able to do it.
He definitely has the condition, and he definitely has the personality. One of the best guys you can ever meet in boxing.
Zaragoza crouching in the southpaw style. McCullough comes out and tries to throw as many punches as possible from the beginning. Eddie Futch told McCullough, you got to throw 120 punches around. Don't give this guy room to breathe. Hard left hand by Zaragoza. Among his many qualities, McCullough has a pretty good chin. Zaragoza's chin is cosmic. Straight right hand landed by McCullough. Zaragoza shrugged it off.
Body shot by Zaragoza. That shows you the experience of a champion, of a veteran champion.
It'll be interesting to see if he can quiet this crowd, Roy, because given the scene at ringside as they came in, you would have thought we were in Belfast.
To be honest with you, Jim, I think the crowd kind of builds the momentum for Zaragoza. I think he wants to silence the crowd.
Okay, break. That's it.
Zaragoza is getting off first here, and he's causing Wayne McCullough a lot of problems.
McCullough looks a little tight. McCullough looks as though he's confused by the southpaw target, and Zaragoza is loose as a goose in there.
McCullough has never fought a left-hander as a professional. He fought many of them in the amateur ranks. And right now, the pattern of the fight, Zaragoza just trying to pop shoot him with clean shots. McCullough trying to overwhelm him with volumes of shorter shots.
Zaragoza landing a counter right. McCullough bearing in, trying to get to Zaragoza's easily cuttable face.
Zaragoza doing a very smart thing by punching McCullough's body a lot. He's trying to wear McCullough down so McCullough won't be so strong in the later round.
You can't sit
At
outside
ringside,
with him, okay?
Cheryl McCullough,
Yeah, right. You want to set up.
his wife, who lives with him in Las Vegas. They came to America 4 years ago. A couple of young kids who knew nobody. They had a suitcase apiece. They said they never would have made it without each other. But so far, all's well. They now live in that section of Las Vegas that houses Andre Agassi and Mike Tyson and various others of their ilk.
Okay. Okay. Hey, Chuck. Duffy, let me go there, right? Front up. You got to keep that head going. Got to keep the... Okay. Hazlo perder la distancia con pasos.
Try to keep the distance
Right,
within
second
this guy.
Yeah.
It'll be very interesting to see if Dan Zaragoza can keep up this pace for 12 rounds.
McCullough's punch out put in round one, way below where he'd want it to be. He threw 85 punches, but remember, this is a guy who would rather throw 115, and that's what his trainer wants him to do as well.
Very interesting. They told him to not sit outside with Zaragoza.
Break, man. Okay.
Zaragoza countering easily in there against McCullough. Able to land clean shots when Wayne McCullough tries to get off. McCullough trying to go to the body, and there he lands a right-hand shot coming up and under.
But he should stay on Zaragoza. He shouldn't give Zaragoza room to work, because that's what happens right there when you give Zaragoza room to work. You can't let a southpaw get off on you first. And this is what Wayne is doing. When they separate in the middle of the ring, Zaragoza is the first one to start punching. The only good thing about this is that he may wear himself down.
Crowd rises in intensity as McCullough is able to land a couple of shots against Zaragoza on the ropes. Zaragoza still countering Wayne McCullough's stuff and beating him to the punch in the middle of the ring.
And landing the better of the punches right now. Good body shot by Wayne. That's a very good investment for a long fight.
Yeah, that left hook to the body could work very well for him if he keeps going to it. There's Zaragoza with a couple of right hands against McCullough to come out of the corner. And a straight left.
Anytime Zaragoza gets off first, Zaragoza usually gets the better of the exchange.
McCullough snapped Zaragoza's head back with one right hand. Now McCullough starting to throw more freely, not pushing his punches quite as much anymore.
His face is very reddened by the punches of Zaragoza already, though.
Zaragoza making him pay every time he tries to get in close.
You can't continue to let Zaragoza punch him this clean all night.
And already the crowd has started to die down just a little bit as they can see the technical proficiency of the ancient southpaw dealing with McCullough face to face. Round two comes to a close, and when we go to Zaragoza's corner to listen to trainer Nacho Bernstein, our interpreter is Hector Garcia.
Píntalo y ves para dónde se agacha porque está agachando mucho.
He's squatting down, and that's a good opportunity. Use that uppercut, your left uppercut. You have to gain some confidence.
Y cuando tires, mira, tiras uno,
When you throw,
tres,
throw one,
nada más,
2, 3,
uno, dos, y lo gancho al
1, 2, and then a hook to the liver.
Al hígado, lo que
And again to the liver.
abajo.
Go
Porque él así estaba
downstairs.
con aquel y al último ya. What do you need is time, man. This guy needs time. You know what I mean? He will take back and take his time. Get the shot. As soon as you get in there. As soon as you get the 20, al revés.
Zaragoza should have the nickname Cool.
This is the type of fight in which a McCullough-style fighter has to pay a price early in hope of wearing his opponent down and getting him late.
Pretty tough to wear down Daniel Zaragoza, who has more experience going the 12-round distance than any other fighter in the sport today. Good right hand shot by McCullough. Straight right hands beginning to work for McCullough. Now he goes to the body with the straight right. First 30 seconds of round 3, some of the best work yet for McCullough, but now Zaragoza lands that straight left-hand shot in the middle of the ring.
Anytime a guy can be 39 years old and still be in the top 3 or a champion, that says something remarkable about that guy in boxing today.
Now McCullough pounds Zaragoza against the rope. Zaragoza counters back with the straight left hand and goes to the body with the right. McCullough to the body with the left. Both guys trading clean shots in that exchange. And look at the work that Daniel Zaragoza is able to do.
Yeah, it was McCullough who backed out when he seemed to have the advantage right in this corner. McCullough said, Zaragoza told us, says, I'll try to beat him with technique, and if technique doesn't work, I'll try to beat him with heart. you can see that he's got both.
Good left hand by Zaragoza.
Right hand shot by McCullough. Zaragoza momentarily stops punching as McCullough pounds to the body.
Zaragoza is blocking a great many of those punches, though. And he's staying calm under pressure. This is something that most young fighters won't be able to do. But he has a cut. Look, it looks like he has a small cut over his left eye, Zaragoza.
What a surprise. Larry asked Zaragoza in the meeting yesterday, how does it make you feel when your opponent cuts you? And Zaragoza said, I want his blood in return.
That was a good right hand by Wayne, though.
McCullough has landed more clean shots in this round than in the first 2 rounds combined.
Zaragoza is landing some deadly body shots, too.
Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Okay, look. Go ahead. Go ahead, Aaron. Yeah. You got to keep that first long range. If you get even close, keep the hands in tight. Put the combination together. You got to keep that pressure on all the time. That's the bucket I want. That's the bucket.
This was McCullough's best round, whether he won it or not. And there you saw his best shot, a straight right hand.
He lowered his head too much. Okay, throw at his body.
Punch-stat numbers through 3 rounds show a clear edge for Zaragoza, who has landed 100 power shots to only 56 for McCullough.
McCullough is starting to land a right hand after he throws the left hook. If he keeps following up with his combinations, I think he'll hit Daniel a little bit more.
I wonder if that's what his wife Cheryl was signaling to him with her fingers between rounds. I wonder if Cheryl was saying, throw the right after you land the left hook.
Oh, good body shot by
Vicious
Zaragoza.
right hand to the body, yeah. Roy Jones laughing between rounds at the sheer cool of Daniel Zaragoza, who shows all the stress of a guy standing behind the pharmacy counter parceling out the penicillin tabs.
He reminds you of a pit bull dog. A pit bull doesn't get too excited about much, but if you want to fight him, he'll fight you forever.
Round 4, a tactical round, and that's good for Zaragoza. McCullough would like to make this an all-out war. So far, he has not been able to do so. At this pace, Zaragoza has tactical advantages.
That's what we spoke about earlier. We said if Zaragoza could get off first and keep it from being a slugfest, he could win the fight.
Zaragoza's not doing much damage in this round, but McCullough's very tentative. Larry?
I thought McCullough just landed 2 or 3 really nice left hands.
More hand signals from Cheryl McCullough to her husband as he goes back to the corner.
You know what I mean? Okay, you got to put that left foot. When you got the left foot on the outside, you can't stay there. You have to slowly slide to your right. You know, keep him punching off balance. You got to get your right hand started. But you can't start on the outside. Get a little closer to him and take a left forward and get the right hand going. And once you do that,
Agarra. Déjame.
no abras el ojo.
Don't open your eye.
Tengo controlado ahorita.
I have it under control.
Hiciste más con ganchos al
You did
hígado
a lot
que no
more
te
now
lastimes
throwing to the liver. You're doing real good.
Yeah.
Oh, I think he's going. He's ready to go. He's ready to go.
Okay.
Del Torrance and Eddie Futch. Final instructions to Wayne McCullough. Daniel Zaragoza listening to his man, Nacho Beristain.
Harold, 4 rounds, your score.
Jim, age of a beauty, 4 rounds to nothing, 40-36, Daniel Zaragoza. I think he's just landing the hardest shot. He keeps catching him with that left hand, and that left to the right gave him that dopey expression after he whacked McCullough low at the end of the 4th round.
I have it 3 rounds and 1 round even. Zaragoza.
Oh, good left hand by Zaragoza. He's throwing a right hook that is causing Wayne McCullough some problems. Wayne can't quite figure out how to stop this punch. A left hook.
Okay, break clean. Okay.
Oh, good
Hard right hand by Zaragoza. And when he lands that right hook, it gives him a chance to throw that wide, sweeping left hand over the top. He's been landing that as well.
He's landing anything he wants to when he feints McCullough. He feints at McCullough and makes McCullough react, then he attacks. When I say feint, I mean he fakes at him. Makes him do something, then he attacks him.
So the edge in experience and craft is showing up here.
Right now it is. But you still have more than half the fight left. And all that should be in Wayne's favor if he continues to press the issue.
Hard right hand by McCullough. Back Zaragoza into the ropes. Crowd loved that.
See there, you fake that 3 times with the left before you really do it.
Another right hand lands for McCullough. Zaragoza keeping the younger man off balance when he can with those feints. And with the right hook, the left hand over the top. And now McCullough's starting to get to the body and occasionally land the right hand up top.
I think Zaragoza is reminding McCullough to go to the body by hitting McCullough to the body.
Across the ring, knows that he needs a shot to even things up, and he turns around and fires the right hand hard to the body of McCullough.
And I think Zaragoza has a small cut under his right eye, too. Oh, another good body shot by Zaragoza. These body shots are hurting Wayne McCullough. That one hurt him bad. That body shot hurt Wayne McCullough very bad.
And he's not thrown a punch since the body shot.
That body shot hurt him sick.
That gives Zaragoza a chance to do some work. Hard left hand to punctuate the round by Zaragoza. Join us Monday night for the next installment of Real Sports with Brian Gumbel. Featured in this edition, Steffi Graf and the trouble she may face for having accepted appearance fees in violation of WTA Tour rules. A look at the mysterious disappearance of Russian boxer Sergei Kovacev and a humorous retrospective of Super Bowl commercials and halftime shows. All those Super Bowl halftime shows are funny to me. Real Sports, the only show of its kind, and it's only on HBO. What a face, huh?
Distráelo arriba y le rematas con toda tu potencia al cuerpo, que fue lo que le causó daño. El resto del ojo que tú
Espérate. ¿La grasa? ¿La grasa? A ver, voltealo. There you see Zaragoza navigating the Irish Sea rather smoothly and chops through with a left hand to the ribs.
Zaragoza in the 5th round landed 52% of his 88 attempted punches. McCullough down at 30%. He's been there or below through most of the fight. Junior Jones is seated at ringside, hoping for a big payday with Wayne McCullough, and a disgusted Junior Jones just got up and walked away from his seat after giving me a look of disgust that seemed to indicate, poor McCullough, he can't fight.
I wouldn't say he can't fight. He's just befuddled by this more experienced veteran. He's never faced anybody with this type of experience.
Junior knows he'd never make the same kind of money for fighting somebody like Zaragoza that he would have gotten to fight somebody like Wayne McCullough, so he'll be hoping for a McCullough comeback down the stretch. Round 6 of a scheduled 12. The Irishman getting a little bit of a technical lesson so far from the 39-year-old Mexican wonder.
Of those punches.
With his gloves.
With his gloves and his arms. Oh, but those are not blocked. Those are flush.
When they get into the middle of the ring, it's a mismatch.
A headbutt.
And the two fighters slap gloves in a sportsmanlike display before they go back to work. McCullough may yet win this fight, but he's going to learn a lot doing so. Looking for blood on Wayne McCullough, and he drives Zaragoza back into the ropes. A new sense of urgency for McCullough.
Okay, break.
There's blood in the hairline of Wayne McCullough. There's blood up above the left forehead of McCullough, and that could have come from the butt.
Yeah, exactly. I think that came from the butt because I've seen him touch his head after the butt.
Yeah, but it's not in a dangerous place as far as we can see. I don't see any blood trickling down the forehead yet.
Both guys landing clean shots as they trade punches down the stretch of round 6.
Take a deep breath. Give me a deep breath. Okay. How about? Okay. Okay. Look.
Take a look and see there's no ifs and ands in this fight, but here's a butt right there.
Okay. When you get in there,
First half of the fight definitely has gone to Zaragoza.
Yeah, that's right. Just get your hands moving, okay? But keep that left foot on the outside out there. Stop in front of him. He load those shots. Just hit him. Don't worry about the punch. I hit in the body once in a while, see? You take the foot. Okay.
McCullough now has to step it up if he's to have a chance. But Zaragoza told his gym that the reason he has stayed in such great shape is because of his discipline in and out of the ring. Out of the ring, in effect, he said, no sex, no drugs, no rock and roll. before fights.
55 cigarettes a day when he's not in training. Hard right hand by Zaragoza. For 4 consecutive rounds, Zaragoza has thrown more punches by punch stat computations than has McCullough. That totally confounds McCullough's fight plan, which was to overwhelm Zaragoza with energy and activity.
And that's part of the reason right there why he can do this. Those body shots are really taking a lot out of Wayne McCullough.
Hard left hand shot by Zaragoza momentarily freezes McCullough. Now McCullough trying to indicate to referee Tony Perez that he's getting hit below the belt. They're trading a lot of shots in there.
Already I can see that Wayne has learned a little, because now he's trying to fake at Zaragoza, something like Zaragoza was doing him earlier. That left hook that Zaragoza is throwing is wearing Wayne's head out.
That's really a left cross. It's a step across punch.
Yep.
He throws it with a looping motion, but it is wearing McCullough out, just as you said, Roy.
Okay, break. Watch your head now.
Zaragoza has spent his entire career throwing unlikely punches from unlikely angles and producing unlikely wins. He goes to Japan and beats a Japanese fighter, goes to Europe and beats a European, comes to Boston to fight an Irishman in front of a largely Irish-American crowd, and is controlling most of the action up to this point.
Don't go against the ropes, because right there you're giving them the fight. Don't go against the ropes.
Su cara está limpia.
Your face is very clean.
¿Entiendes? No hay más que una ligera inflamación aquí.
Just a little swollen, nothing to worry about.
Grasa.
Give him the grease.
Voy. Sal aire fuerte.
Breathe in.
La pelea la vas ganando por
You're
muy
winning this
poquito
fight
margen.
by a very little
Te
margin.
vuelvo a repetir que le
I'm
regalas
repeating.
lo que le
You're
ganas
giving
en el centro
you're
del
giving
ring,
up
se lo
the
regalas.
fight if you fight in the center.
¿Qué pasó? Está muerto.
Zaragoza doesn't punch hard, but he's got enough of these accurate arrows in his quiver to build up a points lead.
Okay.
And round 7 was the 5th consecutive round, I should say. The 5th round in a row in which Zaragoza threw more punches than McCullough. Again, that is completely in counterpoint to what McCullough and Eddie Futch and Feldhorn wanted to do in the fight.
Harold Letterman, 7 rounds. Your score.
Larry, I've got it 5 rounds to 2. 68-65, Daniel Zaragoza. You know, boxing judges score fights on effective aggressiveness, and I'll tell you something, until the 6th round, Wayne McCullough was aggressive, but not effective. In 6 and 7, at least when he came forward, he would score punches, and that's why I gave him those 2 rounds, but I got Zaragoza 3 points ahead.
I have it 5-1-1 for Zaragoza.
Tony Perez separates the two fighters. Wayne McCullough has never in his career had a knockout beyond the 8th round. Daniel Zaragoza has gone the 12-round distance more than any other active fighter in the sport.
By Daniel Zaragoza starting his attack first, he has basically neutralized any of McCullough's attacks.
The low punch. Perez is giving Zaragoza some time. Zaragoza says, let's go.
Very calm, Zaragoza, in response to that. Incidentally, you see referee Tony Perez doing his work in there. At ringside, one of the 3 judges, his wife, Barbara Perez. They're the only husband and wife ever to have occupied those roles at a championship bout. This is the 3rd time they've done it.
This is a young fighter being taken to school by a veteran fighter.
When you get your punches started, you have to keep them going. If you get your combination going, you can't pull back outside. Yeah, I know he's off, but stay there. Once you get the combination going, don't stop in front of him. You know what I mean? Bang, bang, bang. Go on the bang, bang. Come back up with your head. Come back to the head.
Don't come back there.
Use the left hook a little more, okay?
Están llaveando como lo hiciste.
Okay.
Zaragoza looks like a battered old jalopy, but he can move it down the road.
I give Wayne McCullough a lot of credit. Most young fighters would have given up by now. They would not be still trying to knock this guy out like he knows he needs.
Watch your head, okay?
Zaragoza keeps his cool again. So now Perez has given 1 low blow warning to McCullough and 1 headbutt warning to McCullough. And McCullough can scarcely afford to lose a point.
McCullough is learning a lot in this fight. He's now starting to go to the body more. He's using the same feints that I said Zaragoza was using against him earlier. And he's beginning to hit Zaragoza a little more.
But one thing he's learned is that if he lives right, pays attention, sticks to his knitting, he might have a better chance to, or a chance to be a better fighter when he's 39 than he is when he's 26.
Not this kind of fighter, Jim. This kind of fighter lives fast and dies young. He has a few good years with this all-out style. You can't fight this kind of style for a very long time. Unlike Zaragoza. Now is his time if he's got the stuff.
Yeah, I guess you're right there, because the defensive fighter usually will last a lot longer than a guy who comes straight ahead and takes the punches.
McCullough's left eye is beginning to close. He's got some heavy swelling below the brow and above the lid on the left eye. That could be a factor as the fight goes on. Low blow body punch by Zaragoza.
Yeah, that was a low blow then. I thought it was a good body shot.
McCullough starting to throw jabs.
One thing that is also happening here, Jim, that nobody has noticed is that Zaragoza is pushing McCullough back a lot more than McCullough has ever been used to in his entire career. He's never been used to backing up and trying to fight a guy.
Now there's a cut on the scalp of Zaragoza, and as he said, when he feels his blood, he wants the other man's.
And Zaragoza just landed an excellent body shot right in the middle of McCullough's stomach.
So now both guys are bleeding above the hairline. Zaragoza's right eye is swelling just a little bit. McCullough's left eye has begun to swell precipitously in the last 2 rounds. This is physical work in there.
Yeah, he got it. Okay. You got it? Okay. Give me. Okay. You okay? All right. Okay. Yeah. Got to keep the pressure. Yeah. And it's a little difficult, but when you lay back, you give him a little time to load up on those shots and pick a spot. Okay. Yeah. You need the room. Okay.
Close your eye. You got grease in my eye, both of them. You're okay. Everything's fine. Hit that, go to that liver, go to that liver, go to the top and come back to the liver.
These rounds are starting to get closer, and keep in mind in effect, we're in McCullough's hometown.
And in the last round, for the first time in 7 rounds, McCullough was able to throw more punches than Zaragoza. Zaragoza slowed his pace, perhaps because of the cut above his hairline and the swelling right eye. McCullough doesn't seem bothered too much so far by the swelling in his left eye. You could see it between rounds as they worked on the bleeding above his brow. Good straight left hand by Daniel Zaragoza.
I'm a big fan of Wayne McCullough, and I think in due time he will become a great champion. But I don't think he has quite done enough tonight to take the title from this true champion. Now, I know there are many here that would disagree.
How big a fan are you of Daniel Zaragoza's?
Never watched Daniel Zaragoza at all, but he's earned a lot of respect from Roy Jones tonight.
He knows how to fight, doesn't he?
Very much so. Now, a lot of people can't recognize that because they don't know what a real good fight is. But this guy can fight, honestly. He may not get the decision because of where he is, but in my eyes, he did not lose this fight unless he gets knocked out. He's controlled the guy. He has the guy fighting his fight. There's no way you can take a title from a champion who's in full control all night long.
Zaragoza and his manager-advisor, Rafael Mendoza, have a running gag. Before every fight like this, Mendoza advises Zaragoza to retire if he loses, and Zaragoza agrees that he certainly will quit if he loses the fight. Then along about the 8th or 9th round, he announces a new plan for another match somewhere down the road.
I'm sure he's probably already announced that new plan tonight. But he didn't land anything in the way of a big shot.
It's almost a surprise that Zaragoza hasn't cut. He's welted all over, red marks around his eyes, but he's holding together.
And Wayne is not noted for a big punch.
Zaragoza pauses at center ring and appears to pose for Wayne McCullough's wife, Cheryl, who's keeping up a running stream of advice to her husband that he can't hear.
Sarita, todo tengo controlado, pero me dices que te
I have it under control. You're telling me that your eyes is burning, but I don't understand why.
Tienes razón, entra ahí esa madre. A ver, espera. Cierra. ¿Ya?
Close your eyes. Give me the Vaseline.
Daniel, dale una clase, ya no lo dejes que levante porque puede tener una reacción al final.
Okay, second time.
Yeah, you're safer when you're in there. Hit the button.
Vámonos, Nacho, vámonos.
Getting to be desperation time for Wayne McCullough.
11th of a scheduled 12. Zaragoza about to go the 12-round distance in a title fight for the 21st time in his career.
Harold, how do you have it after 10 rounds?
Larry, 8 rounds to 2, 98-92, Daniel Zaragoza. In my eyes, Wayne McCullough definitely needs a knockout to win this fight, or a TKO. I mean, he can still stop him. Yeah, I think Wayne McCullough half the time keeps that left hand open. He's going to pause with it. I wonder if he's closing that glove. I honestly believe that he's trying to cut Daniel Zaragoza with an open left glove.
I have the fight 6-3-1 Zaragoza. Which means...
Hold it.
And in the 10th round, Larry, 39-year-old Daniel Zaragoza threw 87 punches and landed 47 of them.
And he's not coasting here either in the 11th round.
I tell you what, though, Wayne is not laying down. Wayne is still giving it 150% out there. He's trying his best to find a way to win this fight.
Good hard right-hand body shot by McCullough. Backs Zaragoza up. He manages to maneuver Daniel to the ropes again. This is where he's done his most damage on those occasions when he's been able to hurt the Mexican.
Okay, hold him. Okay.
Give McCullough an A for effort and give Zaragoza an A for technicianship as he takes advantage of the Irishman's aggression to land counter shots.
There are going to be some sore fighters tomorrow.
Most of the house is standing.
And this is why I am a Wayne McCullough fan, right here.
This is how he won his silver medal at the Olympics. As he said, as an amateur fighter, I always lost the first round, and I always won the last. Hey, if you got your money's worth tonight on Boxing After Dark.
And that's just the 11th round.
If Wayne McCullough wins the silver medal tonight, he will win it fighting.
Skip the clock, but that's what we need, okay? Okay, skip the clock. But that's what we need, okay? Now, take a deep breath.
There's only one round missing. Don't exchange punches with this guy. You have the resources to win this fight. Keep throwing those punches down to the liver. There's a big purse of $500,000, and your sons are not going to forgive you if you lose this fight. Wake up, man. Give him a lesson. Give him a lesson. Grab this guy. You don't have nothing to demonstrate to this guy. Jab.
All over this ring, all over this arena.
And I haven't given up on Wayne yet. I won't give up until that last bell rings.
the 15-round fight.
Very much so. But I still won't give up on him until the last bell rings. Because he's going to give it 150% until that bell rings.
That left eye is almost completely shut now, Roy. I don't know if Wayne knows that, though.
Look at this, folks. Just look at this.
We work the late shift on Boxing After Dark. 80 seconds to go.
Folks, they didn't leave anything in the locker room. They're giving it all to you right here.
Okay, break. No punching when I say break. No punching when I say break. Okay, break. Stop punching. Stop punching. Okay.
Ten seconds left.
Yes.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable intensity. I just wish that you all could be here with us. In the 12th round, 39-year-old Daniel Zaragoza threw 119 punches. He had to, because Wayne McCullough threw 139.
Remarkable.
Behold the boxing action. And then the reaction of Wayne McCullough's wife, Cheryl, at ringside. McCullough's manager, Matt Tinley, there in the background, a part of the action, too. Harold Letterman, who got the last round?
Jim, Wayne McCullough got the last round on my scorecard. I swear to God, I saw the ghost of John L. Sullivan standing and cheering in this place. Unbelievable intensity. 8-4, 116, 112, Daniel Zaragoza. He just had too big an early lead. Wayne McCullough was great intensity in the 11th and the 12th, but you can't take it away from the old man.
Thank you. I think that was very well said, Harold
Thank you
Letterman.
very kindly, Mr. Light Heavyweight Champion of the world.
We back on the same page now.
Hey, wait a minute, he's still the super middleweight champion of the world, too, Harold.
I'm sorry, I apologize.
Both titles, you know. Final punch stat numbers for Daniel Zaragoza and Wayne McCullough. We told you from the beginning, McCullough's fight plan was to out-throw Zaragoza. Well, Zaragoza out-threw him through much of the fight. McCullough rushed past him in the last couple rounds, wound up throwing 1,144 punches, 27 more than Zaragoza. But look at the connect percentage. The superior technicianship of Zaragoza, particularly when they stood out in the center of the ring, and Zaragoza was able consistently to beat McCullough to the punch and then pick him off with counter shots.
Very much so. And I think by Zaragoza going out and establishing his offensive game first, he threw the younger fighter off because the younger fighter had never seen anything like this before.
Well, earlier this evening, we thought maybe Vincent Phillips would get the decision against Romales Ellis. That didn't happen. Harold Letterman was right. He gave that fight to Ellis, and he was right in sync with the judges who gave Ellis a split decision. What happens here? As the judges get ready to score Daniel Zaragoza, who is always the away team, and emotionally in this arena tonight, Shirley McCullough was the home team. You saw him come in at the beginning with that New England Patriots jersey on. And now let's go up to ring announcer Mark Barrow to see if that ponderous look, or pensive look I should say, turns into a smile or a frown for Cheryl McCullough.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a split decision. Judge Barbara Perez scores it 115-114 McCullough. Judge Dick Flaherty scores it 116-112 Zaragoza. Judge Chuck Hassett scores it 116-112 for the WBC Super Bantamweight Champion of the World, Daniel Zaragoza.
Well, that's a tough loss for Wayne McCullough, but Roy Jones, I don't think that diminishes his image as a fighter one bit.
No, not at all. He's still a young fighter. He still can come back. He'll be back, and he'll definitely be a champion.
Yeah, when you're that entertaining, and when you do that kind of work against a terrific champion as McCullough did, you deserve a lot of credit, even though I agree with the judges, and I personally felt as though Zaragoza deserved the decision, and I think you think so too.
Yeah, I think so, very much so. I don't think it was that close. But like I said, this kid is a very good kid. He's very good talent. He's a very good person. He'll be back. He showed the heart of a true champion. There's no stopping him now. I think the people involved with him should be very proud. They should hold his head up, and they should let him know that everybody, and he proved to the world tonight that he will be a champion.
In a great, great fight with the 4th highest total punch stat count of all time. Now let's go up to Larry Merchant in the ring.
All right, thank you, Jim. Daniel, at the end of the fight, you said to your corner, I'm sorry I didn't have it at the end of the fight. You congratulated Wayne for his great conditioning. How do you feel about the fight?
Al final de la pelea, tú le dijiste a tu entrenador, lo siento, porque es que ya no tenía más. Y también agradeciste a tu compañero por la pelea. ¿Cómo te sientes?
Sí, bien, bastante bien. Él apretó los 2 últimos rounds. Me regañaron en la esquina por haberlo dejado vivir y no noquearlo.
Yeah,
Pero él es joven.
He did real well. He put a lot of pressure in the last 2 rounds. And in my corner, they told me, hey, you got to put pressure on. But he's a great guy. He's in great condition.
Pero la pelea la tenía yo ganada.
But the fight, I was winning this fight.
He was robbed by Wayne McCullough.
Excuse me, folks. I'm not used to using any strong-arm tactics to get my interviews in. Would you want to fight him again?
¿Te gustaría pelear con él otra vez?
Cuando quiera.
Anytime.
Cuando quiera.
Anytime.
So you're not going to retire after this fight?
So no te vas a retirar después de esta pelea.
Maybe.
Quizás. Maybe if another check.
Thank you. He wants one more check. Thank you very much, and thank you for a great fight, Daniel. All right.
Good man. Thank you.
A good man, he said to you, Wayne, why do you think you weren't just good enough tonight?
First of all, I'd like to thank God for getting me through the fight. I'd like to thank Grant for sponsoring me, and tell our friends in Vegas and friends in Ireland. So I thought I was enough to win the fight.
You thought you ended up winning the late rounds and that would pull you through?
Yeah, and the early rounds were close as well. I was scoring 2-1 punches. And the last 2 rounds I won them big. And I thought that won it. My trainers were confident I won the fight. And that's boxing. First loss.
Well, you won the silver medal tonight, but you won it in good style. What made this old guy so tough?
Well, he was, from about the 9th round he was gone, I was the fitter of the two. And I showed that in the end. He was a strong, durable veteran. But as I say, I thought I won the fight easy enough. That's just the way it goes.
Thank you, Wayne, very much. Jim?
All right, thanks very much. Hey, Marco Antonio Barrera at this weight class took a tough loss about a month and a half ago against Junior Jones. Now McCullough gets a tough loss against the more experienced Daniel Zaragoza. How about Barrera against McCullough?
Very good fight. Another very interesting fight. Very good fight.
Still so much talent in this 122-pound weight class with Junior and Kennedy McKinney and Zaragoza, et cetera, et cetera.
So much talent.
We're going to have a lot of fun for the next year or so in Boxing After Dark as we continue to follow the super bantamweight class. Well, we'll be back into the final moment on what happened in the ring in just a moment. Let's look ahead to some programs on HBO.
When was the last time you got lucky? If it's been too long since you were touched by Lady Luck, get ready. Because finally, the odds are in your favor.
Who says there's no sure bet in Vegas?
Bette Midler, Diva Las Vegas. In concert from the MGM Grand, Saturday, January 18th. Only on HBO.
I'm Brian Gumbel. Next up on Real Sports.
What's happening in the German courts could keep a big star off the tennis courts.
You can keep on trying for another hour, but I will not give you any more answers.
Is Steffi Graf at fault? Plus, why did champion Sergei Kovacev mysteriously disappear in Brooklyn?
There was no reason. There were no clues.
The Emmy and Cable Ace Award-winning Real Sports with Brian Gumbel. Premieres Monday night at 10 on HBO.
Real Sports. Nothing is out of bounds.
And we'll be back in 2 weeks with World Championship Boxing as four-time champion Pernell Whitaker defends his welterweight title against undefeated Cuban refugee Diabele Hurtado on Friday, January 24. Then turn to HBO for the show the pros watch Inside the NFL as hosts Len Dawson, Nick Buoniconti, Chris Collinsworth, and Jerry Glanville take a complete look back and the first look ahead at the postseason play from now through the Super Bowl. Premieres Thursdays at 11 p.m. Eastern and Pacific time. Tonight, another terrific night of boxing on Boxing After Dark. Romalis Ellis, a split decision winner in an action-filled bout against Vince Phillips, a man that he's known for a dozen years or more. They almost met as amateurs, finally met tonight. Ellis pulled out a close split decision over Phillips. And then in a total war, 39-year-old Daniel Zaragoza brings his record in 12-round fights to 15 wins, 3 losses, and 3 draws with a split decision win over Irishman Wayne McCullough, who got a little bit of a technical lesson but showed his will and courage in the closing rounds. Coming up immediately following tonight's coverage of Boxing After Dark, stay tuned for Tales from the Hood to be shown here in its entirety. So now for Roy Jones, Harold Letterman, and Larry Merchant, I'm Jim Lampley saying so long from the Heinz Convention Center in Boston, Massachusetts. The executive producer of HBO Sports is Ross Greenberg. Tonight's telecast of Boxing After Dark was produced by Rick Bernstein and directed by Mark Payton. The associate producers were Dave Leibson and Mike Santini. Assistant to the producer, Jonathan Crystal. The production manager, Mark Hayden. And the technical supervisor was Bob Hunter.